Hey, this is Tony with Music Guy Online, and I got your 3-minute mix fix video tutorial of the week. And today, similar to what we did recently with stereo separation to create a much bigger, impactful, and dynamic chorus, especially when the song doesn't lend itself to creating a big chorus or a decidedly different chorus from the part which precedes it. Today we're going to be using Reverb to do something very similar. Now, Reverb creates a sense of depth in the mix, so it's sort of like the utility trick that we were doing, the stereo separation. So instead of going left and right wide, we're going to go sort of, I guess for lack of a better term, we're going to be affecting the depth of this track and making it a bit more three-dimensional. Whereas in the verses, it's just going to be very flat and pretty basic. So let's go ahead, and we know, I think, that the switchover happens right here. This is where the chorus is meant to begin. So I have a basic reverb dropped right here on my master track. You can do it on the submix. Basically, the idea is this is affecting everything globally. You can do this with a lot more precision, just as you could with the stereo width on like an instrument bus level or even a track by track level. But for purposes of time, we're going to keep this short and just going to affect the entire mix. And I'm going to bring this up to about 23% dry wet, and that's all I'm affecting with this. I'm leaving everything else the same, all the other settings. We're just going from a 5.6% dry wet to the 23% right here for the chorus, and you're going to hear that change in the exact same place where the width increases. But I've turned that off, so that's not going to affect what we're hearing right here. This is just going to be the effects of the reverb going much deeper. Let's hear it. All right. So now let's hear it without that reverb. Let me just key it off, actually. Instead of turning it off completely, let's just leave everything at 5.6. So that versus, you can feel everything get a little bit deeper, especially in comparison to the part which preceded. I mean, that's the whole point here. Everything is getting as deep, in terms of reverb depths as everything else around it. The difference is it's the part before it which sounds much flatter, and when you're putting those two things together, you get a much more interesting and clean black and white break right here as soon as that chorus begins, right there on that bar. And there you go. You're using the mix as a tool to kind of create a chorus. When the chorus is there, it's just bringing more attention to it when that change is not as big as it possibly could be by virtue of the tracks and the composition of the song itself. All right? So that's the whole point, using the mix as a compositional tool and creating a more dynamic mix as a whole. All right? Please subscribe if you haven't. We do these videos every single week. I am Tony with Music Guy Online, and I very much hope to see you next week. Thanks for watching.